Hello, I'm Kevin Gallagher, Technical Marketing Engineer with F5, and I have a demo here I want to show you about Security Stack Change Management. This is with our SSL Orchestrator product, and this demonstration is based on the article series Orchestrated Infrastructure Security, which has a couple of F5 SSL orchestrators being used for SSL encryption to protect various web applications on the internal network. And in this case, the demonstration we're going to show you is how this works with Cisco Firepower Threat Defense. And so let's go ahead and get started. If you haven't configured the Firepower virtual machines, there's a few things you should be aware of. For the ESX network configuration, you'll need 4 interfaces at a minimum. You'll need 6 if connecting to SSL Orchestrator deployed in high availability. So the configuration from ESX should look like this. These first 2 interfaces represent the diagnostic interface, the management interface, and then these are actual interfaces here used for processing traffic. If these 2 could be added right here when you're setting it up for high availability. And the corresponding Firepower configuration should look like this. So I have the diagnostic interface and then these 2 interfaces here. And the management interface doesn't show up here, but that's okay. We have a link light here and these 2 interfaces, they look good. And what you want to do is create an inline set to bond these 2 interfaces to become a bridge. It's really easy to do. I have it set up already. But basically you just give it a name and then click on the interface to add it over there. And you would need 2 of these if doing high availability. Now let's go ahead and review the actual network configuration on the ESX server. I'm using a virtual switch here, and this virtual switch has port groups connected. So we have on the south side of the network we have the test client, the big IP. On the north side we have a test server and the big IP. And then these ingress and egress connections here are for connections to and from the Firepower services. So we have an egress 1, and then an ingress 1, and we have an egress 2, and egress 2 and ingress 1. And if we look at that in the port groups, you can see I also have one here for management, but for this north and south and the egress connections are really the only ones that we need. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, here we are with SSL Orchestrator deployed with Cisco Firepower. And if I want to make any adjustments to the policy or perform maintenance on the any of the Cisco Firepower devices, I can just, I'll give you a little demonstration of how I can do that. All right. Now the first thing that we're going to do is set Firepower 1 here to a very high weighted ratio. Ensures that almost all the traffic will be going to the Firepower 1 device. All right, deployment successful. All right, now we're going to remove one of the Firepower devices from the service. we're going to actually remove this one, and Firepower 1 will be handling all the traffic. Deployment successful. So now what we want to do is define it over here on our testing topology. I'm going to name it Test Firepower. Enable the port remap. And then move it over to the test service chain. And then deploy. And deployment successful. So now I can safely perform maintenance on the Firepower 2 device. So I'm taken out of the service chain. And it's successful. Okay. And then I can come here and delete the test service. Okay. And then I should be able to add it right back here. Egress Firepower 2, Ingress Firepower 2. I'll go ahead and adjust the ratio here just to make them even again. Okay. And then deploy. And deployment was successful.